Hey, this is Similulu here, and today I want to talk about how you can create a legacy of greatness. I'll start with defining legacy, and really, a legacy is just something you leave behind for the next generation. So, most of us, all of us living on planet Earth, are beneficiaries of legacies other inventors have left behind, or movie producers have left behind. You think of those classic movies that we love to watch over and over again. One of those ones that come to mind is The Sound of Music. That was created, I think, back in the 60s, and I have been watching ever since I was a little girl, and my children love to watch it. So these are classics. And of course, books. Books stand the test of time and are left on for other generations to benefit from and to enjoy. So it begs the question, what legacy are you leaving behind? What legacy am I leaving behind? I want to say a little something about legacies. And greatness is embedded in all of us. Whether we know it or not, we've all got greatness in us because we were created that way. And for some, the greatness, it doesn't take a lot of effort for that greatness to come out. So you'll have child prodigies, you'll have youngsters at the age of 2 and 3 and they, who hit stardom. You'll think of Michael Jackson, who was born into a family of stardom, and sports celebrities who just have that natural sporting ability. Serena Williams comes to mind. Since she was a little girl with her sister Venus Williams, they've just had the talent for tennis, I guess, and we know them as they are today. Now, that might not be your case, it might not be my case, but it makes no difference. Greatness is still embedded in you. It's embedded in me. Now, I want to talk about a gentleman, and his name is Colonel Sanders. Well, he acquired the name of Colonel Sanders. His name was actually Harland David Sanders. He was born in 1890. So a little something about him. And he basically, from the age of 5, had to fend for his own siblings because his mother had to go out to work because his dad had died. So he moved from job to job. He wasn't really great at maintaining a job for a long period of time. He wasn't great academically. He didn't have any athletic prowess or anything he could rely on in that way. So by the age of 30, he'd gone through a series of jobs. He established a lamp manufacturing company that flopped when he was 30. He ran a service station that closed during the Great Depression. By the time he was 40, he began operating a service station for Shell Oil. And what he did was he was a cook. He cooked chicken, ham, and steaks. He was 40 when the Corby service station became famous for his Kentucky Fried Chicken. At 62, he sold his first franchise of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and at the age of 74, his corporation, he sold the Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation for $2 million at the age of 74. So now it's important to remember that Colonel Sanders, which he picked up that name as time went on. He wasn't in the army or anything like that. Colonel Sanders was 62 by the time he sold his very first franchise. So here we see an example of someone who, well, I eat KFC fried chicken. My children love it. It's eaten all around the world, whether you eat it or not, or you know of it or not. It is a worldwide franchise. But this man didn't come into it until he was literally in his 60s. So it goes back to the question, how can you create a legacy of greatness? Now, I have a list here of several ways that could happen. Several ways you could do something that even after you are gone, generations after you would still benefit from the fruits of your labor. You could write a book. You could invent something. You could be a leader. You could make a new discovery. You could produce a blockbuster movie. You could be a mentor to somebody. You could share your blessings with others, give to charity, set up an endowment fund for a cause, build an orphanage, and the list is pretty much endless. Now, getting practical, because it's easy to say, oh, well, you know, that's good for some, and some people have money and they can set up endowments and they can do this and they can do that. But let's keep it practical. Yes, writing a book might be a little daunting for some. How about creating a blog? When you create a blog, really, you write an articles in your blog. Articles about what you love, articles about your hobbies, your passion, articles about your business, whatever tickles your fancy. And really, for me, I have my blog. You can find my blog at similolu.com. That's SIMILOLU. And pretty much what I do on my blog is I'm creating a legacy of what I want to leave behind for others. Not just behind for others, but how I can help and benefit others as well. So basically, what I do is I'm building my business on social media and I'm showing everybody what I'm doing to build the business, and opening myself up to be of use to you if you want to use some of the tools, the tips and strategies that I have been using to build my business on social media. Subscribe to me, my page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, and just share my articles and be a part of what I am creating. And so I'll end this with a quote, and it says, if opportunity doesn't come knocking, well, go build a door. I hope you've enjoyed this article on how to create a legacy of greatness. And if you have enjoyed it, please feel free to share it with others on any of the social media platforms that you use. I'd really appreciate that. Comment below, and I hope to meet you out there in cyberspace as you continue to rock your business.